Hey beautiful people, welcome back to Refining with Jessie, the life coach. I hope everybody is trying their best to stay grounded. I know we have very heavy energies going on right now in our planet. It's a lot of sadness, a lot of loss. And it's been hard. I think it's been hard for many people, and everybody has been impacted one way or another. And honestly, I think that's the purpose. And so today I'm hopefully going to bring you a different perspective on what is happening. Because while majority of people are seeing this as the worst thing that could possibly happen to us, I see it as a huge opportunity for us to do better, for us to finally take off our rose-colored glasses, for us to finally awaken, for us to finally be aware, and for us to finally make the shifts that we've been needing to make, right? So what I mean by that, some people are like, wait, what? You think this is an opportunity? Like, girl, have you lost your mind? And no, I have not. And yes, it is a huge opportunity that we have been given. Everybody knows, if you've been following me, that I believe no matter what is happening, there's always a deeper reasoning behind it. I'm super spiritual, and I believe that everything comes with a spiritual awareness and a spiritual lesson, and it's up to us to actually be able to see it, right? You can turn anything into a blessing. Majority of our blessings come after a huge hardship, a huge burden, huge losses, right? It takes that for us to actually become aware and for us to wake up. And that's what I feel is happening right now. We are being awoken on a grand scale, and it's throughout our nation, it's throughout our globe, it's worldwide. That is what's happening. And if everybody is, and if anyone's not aware of what an awakening is, basically it's a time of transformation. It's a time of reforming, right? It's a time of transmuting. It's a time of shifting. It's a time of letting go of anything that does not serve you. Anything and everything that does not serve you. And majority of the time, especially if you ever experience a spiritual awakening, you know that it is the hardest thing you will ever go through, but it's the most beautiful thing you will ever go through. And the reason why is because it wakes you up to everything you have been asleep to. So everything that's been holding you back, every type of pain and hurt that's been so suppressed, it comes up. It rises up to your consciousness so you can deal with it and you can heal it. Any type of fear and lower vibration that you have, it strips it away. And the way it does that is by throwing you into the hardest times of your life. It leaves you down there on the ground, dead, for you to fend for yourself and do it for yourself. There's no shortcuts on a spiritual awakening. And some people have it quickly, and some people it takes years to go through that process. But like I said, it's super painful. Think of all the pain and everything that has been wrong in your life. And think about all that pain coming at you full force all at once for you to deal with. That's what a spiritual awakening feels like, and that's exactly what is happening at this time to our planet. Everything that we have shut and closed our eyes to, everything that we have been enabling, everything that we have been turning a blind eye to, everything that we don't want to deal with, everything that we're saying, that's okay, somebody else is going to take care of that. Everything that we've been contributing on a negative way to ourselves, to others, to our planet, to our universe, to humanity, we're going to have to take a look at it. And since a lot of people won't do it, our universe is making us do it. It has put us in a position that everything has stopped, and it said, okay, everything that has been distracting you from actually taking care of this, we're going to give you all the time in the world. I'm going to stop everything going on, and I'm going to force you into that hermit position where you are left all by yourself or with your family members. I'm gonna strip and remove everything from you, and I'm gonna take everything that you hold on to and you find dear to your heart that you shouldn't find dear to your heart, and I'm gonna make you look at it one way or another. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what is happening on a grand scale right at this moment. And why is that a huge, huge opportunity for us? Well, we have the opportunity to do better, right? But you can't do better till you know better, right? Know better, do better. So, for those who do not know better, this is the time to start becoming aware to that, to become awakened to that, to start looking at it. And I'm going to show you how that is transforming, right? I'm going to give you some examples, right? So for one thing, right, we have been put in a position that we have to stay home, right? A lot of people have been quarantined. We have been told you cannot move from your home. And people are at home, they're stuck at home, and the only people they have to be surrounded by is their family or themselves. All I hear all day long, right, whether I'm walking my dog or speaking to someone or on social media, is how they are bored. They are bored. They have nothing to do. You're bored, right? Your job either laid you off, or you're working from home, or you're getting paid and not working at all. Whatever the situation is, everybody's complaining that they are bored. And this is the grand opportunity to start doing some reflection on your life. Right? So many people complain that they don't have time. Well, now you have all the time in the world. Jobs have stopped. Everything has stopped around you. And it's the perfect time to start thinking about who you are as a person, who you want to become, what changes you need to make in your own life. Are you becoming the person you want to become? Are you living the life that you want to live? Are you wasting opportunities? Are you wasting your talent? Are you wasting things about yourself that you should be putting out in the world, right? That is a great this is a grand opportunity to do that. And people are complaining that they're bored. Right? Let's talk about all the lessons and all the awarenesses and everything that we can bring out of this. We could come out of the other side different. We could come out of the other side aware. We could come out of the other side with a better perspective of what we want to go towards. And that's why it's an amazing opportunity, right? So first things first is we are so overstimulated as a population. And I don't think anybody can deny that. Right? We have so many things to distract us from ourselves and distract us from what is really important, right? We got gyms and we got liquor and we got clubs and it goes on and 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 on. And because of that, that's what actually keeps us stuck. Majority of the time, people are hopping from one thing to another, even jobs. Like if you might not be doing anything negative. You might be doing something positive, or you feel it's positive, but the point is that it distracts you. Like every time we get up and go to work and we're out there for 9, 10, 11 hours or whatever whatever the hours are, you are constantly stimulated. There's something blocking you. There's something distracting you. And now that has been restricted from us, right? And that's a grand opportunity to get in line with back to basis of who you are as a person, right? Now you have the time to really look at yourself. And there's a lot of people who they cannot be alone. They hate being alone. And there's a reason for that. I always say, if you can't be alone, that's because you're running from yourself. And you need to start checking yourself and figuring out why that is. If you're a type of person that always creates stimulation and you need attention and you need admiration and validation from other people consistently, and you do not know how to be alone, there's something going on there. You need to take a deeper look. And this is the perfect opportunity to be able to do that for yourself. If you haven't realized it yet, we as a society, as humanity, have placed so much emphasis on things that do not matter. We are so materialistic. We spend all our time getting the perfect house, working. Everything is money. Opportunity, right? Cars and this and that and all these things that at the end of the day, it is not going to matter. And because a lot of people can't see that, we have been given this opportunity that it's actually right in front of your face. It's like, since you can't see it, I'm gonna lay it out for you. All you have to do is just open your eyes. Now we have no choice but to be at home. And we're starting to realize, or people should start to realize, that all you need at the end is shelter, food, water, and love, right? Your family members that you're surrounded by. That's all that is important, right? That is all that is important when you really get down to the thick bones of it, right? People are acting like it's the end of the world at this time. And for some, it's for good reason. I don't want to be insensitive to people who have been really, truly impacted, but we all been impacted on different levels. This is mostly for the people who haven't been truly, truly impacted on a huge, grand scale, right? They haven't probably lost someone and things of that nature. But they're home and they have this opportunity to realize that, hey, all I need right now is my health, food, water, and the basics, right? We don't need all that other stuff that we strive for so much. At the end of the day, all that matters is that we're healthy, our family members are healthy, and we have the basics. That's all we need. As a society, we spend so much time, like I said, and attention on things outside of ourselves, outside of what really is important. And at the end of the day, what should be important is your family, your relationships that really mean something to you. And this is the perfect time for us to start being aware of how neglectful we have become to those type of situations and foundations, right? Now people have no choice but to be stuck in homes together. Families have no choice to be stuck together. And all I hear is like a death sentence for some people. And that's horrible. It is truly horrible when you feel like it's a death sentence to be stuck with the people that you love. And trust me, we're all human. I get it. We trigger each other. Nobody knows you best like your family members. Nobody knows how to get under your skin like your family members. But at the end of the day, when that's all said and done and you're able to overlook that, these are the people that should be your foundation. Nothing should be more important than the people you love, especially if it's the family that you have created, right? Your kids, your husband, your wife. That should be everything to you. And we live in a time that it's like we don't have time for that. We're too busy running from one thing to another and being distracted. And we put so much emphasis, especially men, on work. I gotta be the provider. I gotta be the provider. I gotta be, the head of household or whatever goes on to that traditional mindset. And while it's important, yes, we need money. The reality of the situation, we do need money to survive. But at the end of the day, that should not be your be all, say all about everything about you. And we have been given this beautiful opportunity for those people who are like that to be actually with their family, to slow down, to take time to enjoy their family. Start breaking down those false foundations that we have created for ourselves, right? Like, think about it. Like, people don't even sit down as a family to have home cooked meals. Like, that has been lost. Like, sitting down and speaking to each other, like, people, that has been lost. If you will go and visit certain homes, you will see that people don't sit down as a family. And when they do, somebody's, texting, or somebody's playing a video game, or somebody wants to be by the TV, eating their dinner. And it's like, that's completely lost. The connection, that foundation has been lost. And now we have a beautiful opportunity to get that back if that has been you. You know what? You start replacing outside food and takeout with family meals. You get to sit down like a family. You get to sit down and have a real conversation, a real connection, show interest in what the other person's doing, show interest in, what the other person's belief systems are, because we don't even know that these days, right? We're around people all the time, including our family members, but we don't have real conversations, right? This is a great opportunity to heal certain family dynamics that keeps us apart and keeps us at each other's throats. this is a beautiful time. There's a lot of, spouses who don't get to spend time with each other. And when they do, it's all about the kids. Well, you can take that time back. I have seen beautiful things going on at this time that I've never seen before, right? In my community, I've seen kids outside riding bike with their fathers. I see, teenage girls taking a walk with their fathers. And that's something I have never seen before, not in my community. And I live in a community that's really circulated around family. There's a lot of families in my community. You don't see as many single people. So it's a lot of families. And I hardly see these kids with their fathers. And now, for the first time ever, I'm able to see that. And I'm thinking, wow, that's beautiful, And I'm hoping that these people, once we come out of this, quarantine, that they're able to hold on to those foundations and realize what really is important to them. And on another scale, there's people who they have family members, right? Elderly parents that are probably in nursing homes, and they never take the time, or they take one day here and one day there to visit these people. And now it's when it's becoming really it's bringing up to the surface how lonely these people are, or how much you don't invest in that relationship, and it's not until it's hindered, right? There's a stop on it and somebody else tells you, what, you can't do it, that all of a sudden people want to do it, right? It's like when you have the time and you have the opportunity to nurture these relationships, a lot of people don't do it. It's not until it's restricted and a big stop sign is put up, or it's taking away from us, that we just wow, I really miss that, I've taken so much for granted. I've taken these people for granted, that you become aware of how important and, these relationships are to you. And so hopefully after we come out of this, that is a lesson that a lot of people could learn. If you are, a type of person who doesn't spend time with your parents, your older parents, or your parents are aging, and you take that for granted and you always think they're going to be there, right? We're getting a big grand awakening, because a lot of people who's passing away and losing their lives right now is older people, right? Elderly people. There have been others, yes, but the great impact has been to this population. And a lot of people haven't seen their parents in forever. They haven't seen their grandparents in forever, because they're like, I'll see them when I see them. I won't go because I'm busy. I'm going to go to the club, and then, maybe I'll go visit grandma when, it comes around. Or, I got this work project I need to deal with. I'll see my mom when I see my mom. And guess what? A lot of those people who felt that way might have never got an opportunity to say goodbye, right? During this pandemic, it's like you catch this virus, and guess what? They take you away and you don't even get to say goodbye. I have a friend who her father passed away, and it wasn't related to the virus. He just had his own complications, and he passed away, and she didn't even get to properly bury him. There's people that I've been hearing stories about, that they're, people close to them, they passed away and they didn't even get to give them a proper goodbye and let them know how much they mean to them, and never had an opportunity to give them that hug or that last kiss and tell them how important they are to their lives and how impactful they have been, or apologize for discretions that have happened, right? So it's showing us, do not wait. If you've been that person, now is the time to be aware of how impactful your actions are, or how impactful the lack of action you've been taking is, right? Because you never know. Nothing is guaranteed. You never know when it's going to be the last day on this earth for you. So never, ever, ever take people you love for granted. Don't take anything for granted, including your health. That's another lesson that we are learning, right? How important has our health become during this pandemic? And people take that for granted every single day. We go around eating processed foods, takeout, greasy foods, everything that's not good for us. We poison our body with water that is not cleansed, right? And we don't even think twice about the food that we're putting in our body, or the fact that we need to take vitamins, or the fact that we need proper exercise. People do not think about that. And now, for the first time ever, people are starting to become aware to this and say, okay, I need to go out and get vitamins. I ran out of my vitamins a week ago, and I consistently take a vitamin C. And guys, I can't find vitamin C anywhere. And up until this point, I was able to find vitamin C all the time. I was able to replenish my vitamins like it was nobody's business. all of a sudden, since we are in a crisis and everybody's saying you need vitamin C to, have your immune system up to par, everybody all over the planet is buying vitamin C. But why you never thought about that before, right? So it's bringing awareness to people that, how are you treating your body? This is your vessel. This is one of the most important things to you. If your health is not up to par and you're not right, guess what? You are not going to be right for anybody. We're not going to be able to go towards the things we want. We're not going to be able to fight off viruses and diseases that we should be able to do it like that. So it's becoming a big awareness to us. And then after this has passed, which it will pass and we will get back to normal, right? You need to be able to hold on to that lesson and to still treat your body like the beautiful vessel that it is. Stop putting and feeding your body with junk and start feeding and nurturing yourself with the proper nutrition you need, right? Stop, eating garbage and thinking like, oh, it's okay, my body could take it, or I'm young, I could take it, Don't think like that. We have this beautiful opportunity to change our perspectives, to change the way we are viewing things, because even if you are young, guess what? This virus is able to impact you. Which brings me to my next lesson that we all need to learn, which is viruses know no difference in regards to their host. What do I mean by that? It doesn't make a difference if you're black, white, Chinese, French, right? It doesn't care. It doesn't care if you're Hispanic. It doesn't care if you're tall. It doesn't care if you're short, you're fat, you're skinny. It doesn't care about your economic status, whether you got money, whether you don't. It doesn't care about your status, period, whether you're a star, whether you're not, right? There's been many stars who got impacted. Tom Hanks, his wife, it goes on and on and on and on, right? So it goes to show us that we need to be more aware of that. We bleed the same blood. We all bleed blood. We all cry tears. We breathe the same air. So we need to start treating one another that way. And this planet and this universe has done a horrible job at that. All we see and look for are differences, right? You're this, you're that, I can't love you because you're not the right color. I cannot love you because you're not the right sex. I cannot love you because you believe in this and I believe in that. And it goes on and on and on. I can't love you because you're this religion. Well, the virus don't give two shits whether you are this, you worship that God, this God, whether you worship God, period. Right? It doesn't. And we need to start functioning like that. This is a huge lesson for us. There is no division. We are one. Which brings me to my next lesson. We are always, always, always connected. What affects one will always affect another eventually, right? And that goes back to my other example, like I'm talking about, right? It doesn't make a difference what color you are, what religion you are, whether you're a Democrat, whether you are a Republican, what political party you are. What affects one will always, always affect another one eventually. And that was a big, huge lesson for us with a pandemic, right? A lot of people have never heard of a pandemic. They never even knew that, a virus could be such, a huge impact on the epidemic scale and go all throughout the world. And it has done that. And that's a perfect example. We are all connected. So we need to start treating each other with more kindness and love. There's too many people out here living false, right? They are out here trying to take advantage of everybody every chance they get, thinking, it's never going to come back to me. Or thinking, that's not my problem, right? I constantly hear that, right? It's like, oh, they're abusing animals. That's not my problem. I'm not an animal activist. Or our planet is, slowly dying. Well, that's not my problem. I'm not an environmentalist. They're being racist or prejudiced to that type of group or that type of religion or that type of color. Well, that doesn't impact me. I'm not a part of that group. No, it does impact us. It does impact us and it does affect us. And so we need to understand that we are all connected. We need to start treating each other as such. Not only that, but we need to start bringing in those connections. Since we all are connected, let's start treating each other as such. And let's start, cultivating that. We are ready. Like, we have this social distancing thing going on and everybody's like, oh my God, social distancing, it's like, it's such a problem. It's such an issue for me. Like, I need to go out. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to have connections. It's showing us how important that is, because we have become a society that we are so disconnected from one another. You got couples that don't know you, they don't even speak. They don't even have real conversations. We got friendships that are based on bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's based on let's drink and smoke a blunt. Let's go hang out. But when do you have real connections and real relationships about what bothers you, what you're afraid of, your goals, your dreams, your aspiration, what inspires you, what you want to happen? You know, how can you build with that friend? You know, how can we create a business? How can we create that? How can we really, you know, go towards something that's impactful for us? Nobody talks about that. Our connections are fake. They are superficial on every level. And if they're not superficial, they're non-existent. They're really non-existent. With social media and texting and online dating, everybody's afraid of people. Everybody is afraid of people. It's hard to have a real connection these days that is really based on a foundation. And now that we've been shown how social distancing affects us, it's almost like a wake-up call. People are like, oh man, I really miss this person. I really would love to be able to be around them and give them a hug and give them a kiss and spend time with this person and have a conversation with this person, right? It's really showing us that. And it's really showing us that huge disconnect that we have from one another. So that could be a beautiful lesson that we can come out of really changed, right? It's like you like someone, you know what? Take the time to really get to know them. You know, start picking up the phone, having real conversations. Forget that text nonsense. Push that to the side. You want to talk to someone, pick up the phone, have a conversation with them, speak to them, right? Get to really know them, right? On a deep, profound level. And what is the next step? You know what? Take them out on a date. People don't date no more, right? It's like everything is like, let's just chill and, you know, let's just hook up. It's like, wait, what? Like, what happened to that, right? What happened to those real connections? And now is a time that since it's been so restrictive that people are seeing the falsehood of it, you know, like the foundation of it is like so weak and people are craving it. And as human beings, we crave connection, right? If you think of any time that a person's like isolated, they can literally lose their mind. Like if you're in jail or if you're, you know, locked up in your house for too long, people can actually lose it, right? Why? Because as human beings, we need that real connection. And we also need love, right? Real love, not false love. Not that love that I'm sacrificing myself for you and you're abusing me. No, true, real, unconditional love based on real foundations. Some of the things we're learning is that life is too short. Life is too short. And like I said before, it takes a blink of an eye for your life to be right in front of you and then boom, it is gone. You never know when it's going to be the last time on earth. So you need to be able to cherish, right? And embrace and be happy. Be happy, right? Every time you get an opportunity to do something you love, do it, right? Every time you have an opportunity to nourish yourself, do it, because you never know when, you know, you're not going to have another chance to take advantage of that opportunity. We're also learning how fragile our systems are, including our employment, right? You could have a job today and it could be gone like this. But not only is it showing us that, but it's also showing us and giving us this huge opportunity to do something for ourselves, right? So if you've been sitting on a dream or a goal or something you want to go towards, this is the time to create those foundations for yourself, right? It doesn't mean that it's going to happen overnight, but you could start the process. You could start the research. You could start figuring out, like, how do I become a person that is not reliant on a paycheck, right? Think about it. It's like a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are, living from paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people are not happy with their jobs, right? Well, you've been given this beautiful opportunity to go out there and cultivate something for yourself. Start something from the ground up. Everybody has a talent and an ability. Sometimes you don't even know what that is. So this is a beautiful time to sit there, reflect, and think about, how can I bring in more money, right? How can I do something for myself? How can I have a side hustle? Even if I go back to working for another. You know what? I never want to be in this position again, that I feel reliant and I feel stuck and I feel like I'm waiting. Like there's some people that I hear stories that they applied to unemployment and it's been 3 weeks and they are still waiting just to get a paycheck, just to get the okay, because our system is not capable of handling the influx of the incoming requests and the incoming calls. Well, don't take that time to sit there focusing on, oh my God, I don't have a job. Oh my God, I don't know what to do. Take that time to think about, well, I don't ever want to feel this feeling again. Like when I started getting into my own business, that's what led me there. I actually went through 3 or 2 layoffs before I decided to do it for myself. And it was because of that, because my back was against the wall. I had all the time in the world. And I was like, well, geez, what do I do now? What can I do, right? But it wasn't until I was forced into that position that I was able to even think of it that way. And it wound up becoming a blessing for me, right? I wound up conquering a lot of fears, a lot of I can't do it, or I don't know what I can do, right? And this opportunity is now being presented to everybody on a global scale, right? So whatever foundations you do not have in order, or whatever foundations that have been faulty, or whatever belief systems that you've been believing in that you felt was solid, all of that is going to be shake up for them to fall down. Because you know what? They weren't built on a solid foundation to begin with. It's just an illusion. That's what we're seeing. An illusion. The illusion is finally coming to reality of what it really is. And, the rose-colored glasses, the universe is like, take them off and see clearly. And if there's things about your world, your environment, the way you've been acting, the way you've been behaving, the things that you are cultivating, the people that you are cultivating, right? If all of that is not right somewhere, somehow, your family foundations are not where they should be. Your relationship with your kids are not where they should be. Your relationship with your parents are not where they should be. The relationship with your spouse is not where it should be. Maybe you're not cultivating enough friendships. Maybe you're not cultivating enough outside relationships. Maybe you're too focused on materialism in your job and bringing in money, or maybe you're too reliant on a job. Whatever it is for you, this is the perfect opportunity, right? To take off those rose-colored glasses and see it for what it is. No more excuses. No more enabling bad behavior, right? This is time for personal development, personal reflection. See things clearly, right? And make your world what you want it to be. The universe, our nation, our world has stopped just for you. For you to get it together, for you to see clearly, for us all to see clearly, every single person, including myself, to get to where we want to be. This is a beautiful opportunity. It is a blessing in disguise. Don't let anybody else tell you different. Earth, our universe, our nation is begging you to finally see it clearly. Our universe is sick. Humanity is sick, right? And not only sick and the type of, sickness obviously from the virus, but sick, right? We are spiritually bankrupt. We are chasing things that just don't truly bring us fulfillment. And this is the time to start really thinking about that. What does your soul need? How do you expand your spirituality? And this is all about spirituality, right? Seeing things clearly and cultivating something better for yourself that's going to help you evolve and become a better person. Anything that brings that in is spiritual, right? Whether it's good or bad, no matter how it comes in, a majority of the time, what brings us the most growth is pain, because we refuse to make the shift. We refuse to see it clearly. We are in a, illusion. Well, now you have the time to come out of this a better person, not only for you, but for our universe, for our nation, for our world, for humanity, right? For your kids, for your spouse, for your relationships, for your friendships, right? Whatever you need to let go, let it go. Whatever's not for your highest good, whatever you've been hanging on to, right? No matter how many years and time has been invested, if it is not for you, let it go, right? Now is the time. Make the shift. The universe is shifting. You don't want to be left behind. Shift with it. Come out on the other side bigger, better, and more evolved. That is the gift that our universe is giving to you. Appreciate it. Find the blessings in anything you're going through. Interact with your world differently. Interact with our planet differently. Interact with everyone differently. One last thing before I go. Those friendships that haven't been checking up on you to find out, hey, are you good? You know, do you have a job? Do you have enough money? Do you have toilet paper, right? Because toilet paper has become the new thing. It's like it's like the new currency, right? Everybody's after toilet paper, and that's just a panic mechanism. Don't pay too much mind to it. But those people, where are they? Those people, they always want something for you, or they come for superficial reasons, or, you know, they want to hang when you got money, or they want to, you know, hang when they're down in the dumps and they need someone to, you know, come in and join in on that misery, or they keep you from your blessings, or they keep you from going towards something you really love. Have those people been checking up on you? If the answer is no, you know what to do. I'm going to just leave you with that. So guys, I hope everybody stays grounded. Take this time to really reflect. Take this time to really see it as a blessing. It really is a blessing. And I know that's hard to do because there's so much chaos. There's panic. You probably feel panic. You probably feel fear, right? And that's okay. That's part of the big grand awakening. That's just how it rolls. That's how it goes. And maybe I'll speak about it and more about it in a different video because I have had personal experience with it. But guys, stay safe. Stay healthy. Do not stay in a panic, and focus on yourself. Focus on your goals. Focus on what can you learn throughout this one needs to change, and make the change shift with our planet. All right, guys, I see you in the next one. Bye.